Monday reset. So we will alternate, as mentioned, the stretch and the mindfulness. So today we're going to focus on the stretch, and we're going to do the quads, the hamstrings, and the calves. So the lower part of the body that often gets quite tight at this time of year in particular, as we cycle and hike and do more outdoors activities that require a lot more lower body strength. So we are going to begin in our seated position just to be able to center and ground. And with stretching, one of the key points is to allow the body to relax. So just the same as would be in yoga asana, to not force the body into any particular position or depth. In stretching, you want to really use the body, use the breath in a way that is very progressive and slow and respectful. So first, just allow yourself to center. So connect with the breath for a moment. And what I would like you to think of with the stretching too, is your breath is this warming agent. So the deeper we breathe, the more relaxed we are. The more relaxed we are, the deeper we can stretch. So as I just said, just try to think here first for a moment of centering, of grounding, of connecting to the breath. And once you begin to feel that the breath is even and steady, just take 2 more conscious breaths. And then if your eyes are closed, you can gently open your eyes now. So we'll begin as we are in our hero's position. So this is a beautiful stretch, of course, for the quads. We're just going to bring the knees out and let the heels fall away. And then once you're in this position, you're just going to bring your hands back. So either on your fingertips or you can come onto your palms. Initially, just always think about lifting the heart and then starting to bend the elbows and then coming down. And this may be exactly where you pause. And you just breathe into the stretch here. Or you can always bring your elbows into this position and go down a little further if you don't yet feel that you can comfortably go down all the way. Now, if you do come down all the way, always be thinking with the hips to draw up so that there's that engagement in the quads rather than this collapsing in, which then you'll notice that the muscle actually becomes much more loose. So I'm going to keep that engagement, and then you can just draw your arms up overhead if you feel that this is comfortable. And we'll be here for 6 breaths. So just be thinking a deep inhale. And a long exhale. And another deep inhale. And a long exhale. And as you're doing this for the next 4 breaths, keep the knees drawn downwards towards the mat. So again, with the hips drawn up and the knees drawn down, you're going to feel a deeper stretch and more engagement of the quads. And now 2 more deep, long breaths. And then use now your necks to slowly bring yourself up. Whenever you bring yourself up, you can use the elbows first, Then you can place the hands, bring the knees in, bring your hands onto your mat, and then just come back and forth. A little stretch there for your calves already. And then from here, you're going to come up onto your knees and take your right leg out. Now, when you take your right leg out, just bring your foot down onto the floor. We'll come into just a side lateral stretch here to get a side stretch. So reaching the fingers up and then just start to draw your fingers towards your foot. And when you're doing this, just be mindful that the shoulder doesn't start to roll in. Try to be thinking that the left shoulder is going to draw back. And you're just going to keep extending your fingers down your leg. Try to root down through your left knee. So think here, your knees drawing down towards the earth, the hips drawing down towards the earth, and your fingers are reaching towards your toes. And then just come right back. Now, once you come back, bring your leg towards you and then just step it forward. Bring your hands down, draw now the left knee slightly back. And now we're going to get into a stretch here for the hamstrings. So you're just going to lift your foot, and it might be this way. You might come down onto your palms, keeping the bend in the knee. Or you may find for yourself you can walk your foot a little further and then bring now your right hip back. Try to be thinking as you're doing this, though, that the left hip and knee are going to stay in one line. And you're just going to breathe into this. And again, try to be feeling as though the hip is drawing back and the heart is leading forward. And then with each breath, your inhale is going to draw you a little further forward, and the exhale, you're going to relax into it. And the same, we're going to do this for 6 breaths. So just breathe deeply. You can always close your eyes, allow yourself to feel into the stretch, going deeper with each breath. And not everything is visible to the eyes. So when you're stretching, just notice the sensations. And notice if there's a little more space for you to walk your hands further or bring your foot a little further. And 2 more breaths here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling again, just softening into it. And last one. And now pull your heel towards you. But once you pull your heel towards you, you're going to take now your right foot to the outside. Let the knee fall. And now bring your left heel towards you. Now in this position, just take your hand to the top of your foot and start to bring your heel towards you. And then the closer your quad comes down towards the mat, or the floor, the deeper the stretch is going to be. So if you find that you're quite comfortable here, just come down onto your forearm. And as you come down onto your forearm, of course, you're getting closer towards the floor and you will feel a deeper stretch. So just breathe into it again. 6 breaths, so 4 more. Drawing the right shoulder back. Inhaling deeply. Now exhaling completely and relaxing into it. And then release. Bring your hands in front and then just simply bring your foot back. Now we're going to lift the back knee. And as you lift the back knee, we're going to draw the right hip crease back once more. But this time we're going to lift the right foot. And as you lift the right foot now, you're going to get a beautiful stretch here into your calf. So the same idea of leading always forward with the heart, drawing the hip crease back. Back heel is lifted up away from the mat, and then just fold into it. The same thing with each breath, finding a little more length in the body. And softening into the stretch. One more deep breath. And then on your next breath, just bring your foot down, bring your knee down. And now you're going to take your right foot and step it back. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So walk your hands towards you. Take now your left leg out to the side, bring your foot down and coming into a side lateral stretch. And as you're extending again your fingers, keep once more this feeling here of drawing down towards the earth as you reach your fingers. And keeping your shoulders in line with your hips rather than the right shoulder drawing forward. And continue again to just extend out through the fingertips. So not just from the hand, but try to imagine your fingers are drawing even further. And then bring yourself back up. Bring now your foot forward. And then from here, we're going to again just draw the knee back and start to fold in. And as you're folding in, keeping again the hip and the knee in one line, drawing the hip crease back and breathing into the stretch here for your hamstrings. So just be thinking always that deep inhale and then the exhale and softening. And 3 more. Noticing if you're feeling a little more tight on one side than the other. And then on your next breath, just pull your heel towards you. Bring your foot slightly out to the side. Let the knee come out to the side. And then again, you're just going to bend the knees. So you bend your knee, taking your hand to your foot, bringing the heel towards and breathing here. Or again, if you feel that there's more space, then just come down onto your forearm. Keep bringing the quad towards the floor, drawing the left shoulder back and breathe in here. You release, bring your foot down, bring your hands in front of you, and again, just guide your foot so that it's facing forward. Lift your back knee, and then start to again draw the hip crease back, but this time we're lifting the foot so that once more we come back into the calf and on this side. So keep drawing the hip crease back, keep drawing the heart further and further forward, folding in. So 3 more deep breaths. The further your foot comes away from the floor, the deeper this will be into the calf. On your next breath, the exhale, just bring your foot down, bring your knee down, and then again, guide your foot towards you. Now, take both of your knees and bring them a little further up your mat. Let your buttocks then just rest onto your mat with your heels drawn out to the side. And now we're going to come back into another stretch here for the quads, but this is a deeper one. So as always, just be mindful as you start to come back, see how it feels to be here, see how it feels to come down onto your forearms, or again, coming down all the way, and 6 breaths. Once more, you can bring your arms up overhead, keep here, the hips drawn upwards so the quads stay engaged. And 2 more breaths. And then begin to slowly make your way back up. On your next inhale, again, using the elbows, then the hands to guide yourself up. Now we're going to keep the right leg exactly as it is. Just shimmy slightly over and bring the left leg out in front of you. And then from here, drawing the hip crease back and folding in. And if you have a strap, you're of course welcome to use a strap. Otherwise, you can have your fingers this way and just start to guide forward with the heart. If for whatever reason this does not feel comfortable, maybe there's a bit of discomfort in the knees or even sometimes on the top of the foot, don't hesitate to place your foot in a different position. You could bring it into having the sole of your foot to the inside of your leg, or you could simply bring your leg out and come into Paschimottanasana, which is going to still be a stretch for your hamstrings. So breathe in here. And then slowly begin again to make your way up. And then just slide your leg out and bring the opposite foot back. Same thing, always drawing back from the hip crease, leading forward and using the breath. So the inhale being guiding, drawing forward, finding length. The exhale, the softening, the surrendering, the finding the depth. And just watch that the foot doesn't start to roll or the leg doesn't begin to roll out to the side. Try to be thinking here that your knee is still pointing upwards. And one more deep inhale, long exhale. And then slowly begin to guide yourself up and bring your leg out. Now, once you bring your leg out, just come down onto your back. Bring your knee in towards your chest, and then interlace your fingers behind your thigh and start to press your heel up towards your ceiling. Then you can begin to walk your hands up your leg, or you can take your first 2 fingers and wrap them around your big toe. Now, initially, just let your head relax as you're bringing your leg closer towards you. Breathing again into the stretch down here for the hamstrings. And just with each breath, bring the leg a little closer. Three more breaths. And then once you come to the 6th one, for 6 more breaths, we're going to be thinking about bringing the nose towards the knee or the forehead towards the shin. So use your next inhale to guide yourself up, breathing here. And the same applies with each breath. Just bring the leg a little closer. And when you come to the 6th breath, just release and guide now your left foot towards you. From here, we're going to let both of the knees fall over to the right. Walk the left foot over to the left side of the mat. Bring the heel towards, and again, get into a beautiful stretch here for the quad. So you're gonna feel this in the left quad. Keep bringing the hips again up. So the more you draw the hip bones up, the more your hip and your knee is in one line, the more you're gonna feel the stretch into the quad here. And then same, just breathing here, 6 breaths, letting the body completely relax. 4 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And then once you come to your next one, just simply begin to walk your foot towards the center of your mat. Then bring your knee up. Release now the right leg. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. And interlace your fingers now behind your left thigh. And again, just bring your leg up. Then start to walk your hands up your leg. And then if it's available, you can take again your fingers around your big toe, release your right arm down, and just keep drawing the leg a little closer towards you with each breath. Last 2. And now drawing again, either your nose towards your knee, or you can think about bringing your forehead towards your shin. Keeping still the breath really even. And 2 more. And then on your 6th again, just allow your head to draw down. Bring now your knee towards, cross your ankle over, and allow both of your knees to fall over to the left. Walking now your right foot so that again the hip and the knee are in one line. And then drawing the knee forward so that the hips draw up. And then you can bring your heel as close towards you as you'd like. And breathing here now for 6 breaths. So again, just always feel this engagement with the quads, drawing the hips upwards. Keeping still the breath really even. And then once you come to your 6th breath, simply again, bring your foot away from you and then slowly start to guide the knee up. Bring both of your knees in towards your chest and then guide yourself up. Now, once you come up, we're going to take the right leg out, bring the left foot to the inside, come into our side lateral stretch. Another, just reaching the fingers towards the foot, drawing the left shoulder back. And if you find that it's accessible for you to take your hand to your foot, then you can do so. Breathe in. And then once you come to your sixth one, coming back up, and then just switching it up. Again, keep both of your hips rooted. And as you extend, watch with the shoulder wanting to roll inwards. Try to roll the shoulder back. Breathing here. Two more deep breaths. See if you go just a little further. Last one. Slowly begin to make your way back. And then from here, bring your foot towards you, but bring both of your feet onto your mat. And then start to just straighten one leg and then the other. Now take your right foot, step it back. And if your heel is lifted, try to draw the heel down and breathing here. And from here, again, lift your foot up away from the mat. Breathe back into another stretch here for your calf. And then bring your foot down, step your back foot forward, same thing other side. So again, just be sure that your heel's coming towards the mat. And then again, folding in. And then start to now lift your right foot away from the floor. And once you come to your next breath, just bring your foot down. Draw the other foot forward, come down onto your knees. And return back to the position that you were in at the very beginning. And take a deep inhale through your nose. And a long exhale out your mouth. I hope you enjoyed today's 30-minute stretch class for the quads, the hamstrings, and the calves. And I wish you a beautiful day. So take good care, enjoy the sunshine, and I will see you next Monday for the mindfulness. So again, we'll be alternating stretch for mindfulness every Monday at 9 a.m. Have a great day. Namaste.